Welcome back to our channel. In our previous video, we explored the tragic and powerful story of Osiris, Isis, and Nephthys, the tale of love, loss, and resurrection that shaped ancient Egyptian beliefs about life and death. But what about Seth, the god of chaos who killed Osiris? What happened to him after that terrible act of betrayal? Today, we uncover the untold story of Seth's fate, the god who dared to destroy his own brother and face the wrath of gods and men alike. After killing Osiris, Seth claimed Egypt's throne for himself. He declared that chaos and power were the new order. The fertile lands that once flourished under Osiris began to dry. The deserts spread, symbolizing Seth's rule, a reign of destruction, storms, and anger. But not everyone accepted him as king. Many gods, and even the people of Egypt, still mourned Osiris. Meanwhile, Isis was secretly raising her son, Horus, the child she had with Osiris before his death. Horus was destined to avenge his father and restore balance to Egypt. As Horus grew, Isis trained him in wisdom and strength. She told him stories of his father, of how Egypt once lived in peace and harmony before Seth's jealousy destroyed everything. When Horus came of age, he challenged Seth for the throne of Egypt. This began the legendary conflict known as the Contendings of Horus and Seth, one of the longest and most dramatic battles in Egyptian mythology. The war between Horus and Seth lasted for 80 years. They fought in the sky as falcons, in the water as crocodiles, and even in the desert as men. The gods gathered to witness this endless struggle between order and chaos, light and darkness. At times, Seth won through deceit. At other times, Horus triumphed with courage. The gods grew weary, unsure who should rule. Finally, the wise god Thoth, with the help of Isis, called for judgment before the great god Ra himself. Before the divine court, each god spoke their case. Seth claimed he was strong enough to protect Egypt from its enemies. Horus, however, argued that as the rightful son of Osiris, he alone should rule. But Seth refused to surrender. Even when the gods offered peace, he mocked them with his pride. Then, Isis transformed into a beautiful woman and approached Seth. She tricked him into condemning himself by admitting that a man who kills his brother doesn't deserve to rule. When he realized he'd been deceived, Seth roared with fury. But it was too late. The judgment of the gods had been made. The gods declared Horus the true king of Egypt. He became the living pharaoh, symbol of order and justice. As for Seth, he was banished to the desert, stripped of his power and throne, but he was not completely destroyed. The gods knew that chaos could never truly be erased. It was part of the natural balance. So Seth was made the guardian of Ra's solar boat, defending it each night against the serpent of darkness, Apophis. In this way, Seth's rage and strength were turned toward protecting the universe instead of destroying it. In the end, Seth remained a symbol of chaos, storms, and raw power. Feared by many, but also respected. He represented the side of nature that cannot be controlled, the desert winds, the thunder, and the will to survive against all odds. Egyptians believed that both Horus and Seth were needed, because without chaos, there can be no order. Without darkness, there can be no light. And that's what happened to Seth after killing Osiris, from murderer and usurper to guardian of the sun. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and comment your thoughts below. And make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.